I'm Derek.
And I'm Jared. And this is Two Peas and a Pod.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going great, man. Just another week.
Just another day.
We are
That ends with Y.
We are 2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2. Hey, that's a good streak.
Yeah. I'm
call
going
it
to take a break next week because of how good we've done. So.
That's probably Well, we got to account for that somehow.
Yeah. So, but dude, I didn't tell you last week. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I just got back from Arizona last month.
Yes. Yeah.
And
what was that for? What were you there for?
Well, it was just a guy's trip, but one of the buddies was calling it his bachelor party and like plastering all over his like Snapchat. He was celebrating being a bachelor still. So he was like,
was he recently dating? Hold on. Was he recently dating anybody?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, keep going.
So anyway,
I was curious if this was like a spiteful kind of Instagram.
No. But he was posting like weekend batch party or like having fun on the batch party, and then like he was talking to some chick and like convinced her to like kiss him on the cheek and like say like my fiance came to surprise me or some stuff like that. Like just a huge ploy.
He convinced the chick to do that?
Yeah.
Did he pay her money?
No. It was a friend of a friend's sister's friend. So it kind of went together.
I thought this was a guy's trip. What are sister's friends doing there?
Well, there's a guy that lives down there, and his sister came to visit him with her friend, and then we all went out together.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so it was pretty fun. It was. I wish I would have gone later in the year, or maybe a different weekend, because it was like a high of 60 the entire weekend. I think I was wearing jeans and a sweatshirt all the entire weekend, but it wasn't -5 out. So take it where I can.
What was it?
It was like 60s, 50s, somewhere around there as a high. So nothing like warm. Like we stayed in an Airbnb, and they had a pool, and the last night jumped in it as like an ice bath kind of thing, all four of us.
Oh, I would never do that.
There was a lot of swearing and a lot of loud yelling, and immediately getting out of the pool. But yeah, it was fun.
I don't like to be touched, and I don't like to be cold. I even sometimes I'll turn my cold water on in my shower and be like, I'm going to do this, and I get it like halfway, and I'm like, nope. Back to hot water.
What?
Back to hot water.
Why would you ever want to shower in like they say once you get a sunburn, right?
Well, people just say like throw a cold shower on for like 15 seconds, and it really just helps. Like it's a good start for your day. Like it helps like get you going per se. They say it's healthy. Like cold water plunges. People do that kind of shit all the time, right?
Yeah, but that's more for like skincare and like blood circulation. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. It's a healthy thing to do.
Yeah,
I could never do it. That's what I'm saying.
I used to take ice baths in high school all the time. It was super. We had like an ice bath, and you'd soak in there. Oh, it felt so good.
Yeah, I've put my foot in something. I'm trying to think if I've ever dipped.
Put your foot in something.
My genitals down, or like my tummy. That's like the part right there, right at the bottom of your belly button. That's
I think it's
when you jump in a cold pool, you're like.
No, I think it's a lot lower than that. I think the break even point's about a foot lower.
No, a foot lower?
Yeah,
like belly button?
Yeah.
What's going on out there?
The top of your fucking dick, like where your like dick starts. That's about a foot.
That's 12 inches down from your belly button.
Go grab a ruler right now. I dare you. Just don't want to see the mark you put on it.
Where is my ruler? I do typically have one. I'm in the paper business. Yeah, dude, like massages. So I was just in Vegas, and these guys were like, "Oh, you guys want to go get massage?" And I was like, "No, I do not let people touch me. I don't like it. I don't even know my wife. When she like starts to like rub my back, I'm like, this could stop anytime now."
Yeah, I get it.
It's getting intense. Maybe that's why I have such poor circulation, though. My feet are always pretty. I mean, they're sweating. Dripping right now, but like when I go to bed, my feet are freezing cold, and I think I have poor circulation, and it's probably because I don't get massages, which I think that is good for blood flow. Yes,
yeah, but
cold stuff.
I would tell you it's probably more on genetics than not getting massages, but yeah, it probably doesn't help that you don't.
Yeah, I think cholesterol. I'm in like the 300s for total. I think.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
high good and high bad. I just have high
Yeah.
cholesterol. Like my good cholesterol, top of the line. My bad
Yeah.
cholesterol, terrible. Put them together, really bad.
So you're a ticking time bomb that you should probably do something about, but you're not going to.
But yeah, I just don't want to eat like a bitch, you know? Leafy greens and stuff. That's what my food eats. I'm the opposite of a vegan. I'm
You
kind
could
of a
sprinkle
guy.
them in. You could sprinkle them in. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Or,
I've thought
hear
about
me
it.
out. See how long you last.
Doing it.
Yeah, just doing the same
Yeah.
old thing.
I just think, no, even like chicken. I could eat more chicken. Chicken's not like a high cholesterol. I eat a lot of red meat.
Aren't they? I would say turkey, chicken, fish.
Yeah,
Fish
fish.
is nice.
I like fish. I like fish a lot. I'm a big fan of fish.
It's
I
pretty
think if you eat
expensive.
too much of it, though, yeah, I don't really care. If anything, though, I live in the land of 10,000 lakes. I'll just go fishing.
You don't know how to fish. You grew up in South Dakota.
I've
you know how to
I've
fish.
fished.
You know how to
I've fished a lot.
Yeah. My bad. My bad.
But with a line and a hook, I'm throwing down at Chicago, where my wife's grandparents are. They got lake access, and they got a little porch, and it's just this little deck, and we just take a line, throw it out there, and we catch little like rainbow fish like this big.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds
And my
fun.
daughter was pulling it off and it just shit its pants on my fingers. They're like, Daddy, what's that? I was like, that's poop. Stay away from it. Back up a little bit. The guy just, as I was ripping that hook out, he just pooped on me. So we were catch and release and giving him back, but
yeah, he might have been scared shitless. Some might say.
Oh yeah, dude. So, but yeah,
but
you been to Vegas?
Yeah, I went to Vegas. Oh God, almost 10 years ago now. How long? What? So hold on, I don't think you finished your story. So, like, what was the reason for Vegas? Like, you said you want to get massages, but like,
yeah. Smite Founders went to the Smite 2 opening tournament.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, dude, it was sick.
So,
we went down there for that.
For those of us that don't know, Smite is a video game. It's like what do you want to call it?
Yeah, something Jared doesn't play anymore, and me and Tyler are disappointed in him.
I got busy. I got shit going on, man.
I know you do. You gotta make your money, boo boo.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's what kind of game is it? It's not a battle royale. It's like a
it's kind of MOBA. It's a MOBA. It's a person MOBA. So like League of Legends, Dota 2, those are called what's top-down MOBAs. This is the same concept though. You got towers, you got titans, you got phoenixes, you got objectives to kind of own the map, and you have 5 characters typically. I don't know. I guess I don't know about those other 2 games, but like in Smite, you have 5 characters and they have different classes and different character types. Smite is surrounded by ancient mythologies,
which
like god characters. Yeah, like Mulan, for instance, though, she would be like a demigod, or Hercules, right? Fall into that. But then there's Zeus and Pele, and there's just all these different pantheons. And like at this point, they've, I think, put 140 characters into the game. Yeah. Or something like that. And Smite 2's transferring over. They're doing a new
Smite 2's coming out.
Smite 2's out. It's on open beta right now.
Ooh.
It's smooth. It feels really good. They made it an Unreal Engine 5, so they jumped from 3 to 5. And so that's what we were like, hey, me and my boys, we've been talking about this for the last 10 years is what we discerned. We've known each other now. We've been playing this game for 10 years together. And we were like, hey, it's in Vegas. If we're going to go to one, let's go in Vegas because it's cheap as shit to get there. Right?
Yeah.
But it's expensive when you're there. But we just went and bought a bottle of Jack Daniels and some Cokes and had those up in the room. And then we would roll Jack Cokes, and then we'd go down to the show and get some drinks there too. But
yeah,
that was kind of it. It was sick, dude. It was a total upset. There was a new character called Aladdin who was not supposed to, like, they should have just banned him. He's the newest character. He literally got released 2 days ago. His ult, he throws his lamp out and takes you 1v1 into this circle where you have to fight him. If you're both below 10% health at max rank, what he gets is it's 60% and 60%. If you both have 10%, it'll take both your healths up to 60%. And then on top of that, you do have faster cooldowns, so your abilities fire faster and all this kind of stuff. But as he levels that up, you come into it with 30% health, and Aladdin comes in with 80% health. So he just gets this huge health buff as he levels it up. But anyway, other people can come into the lamp. But once you come into the lamp, you can't leave the lamp until the fight's over, or 20 seconds or something like that expires. But who's ever fish called into the lamp with Aladdin, they do 25% extra damage and take 25% less damage from anybody that comes in the lamp after the initial 2. It's just like cool. It was just dope. And he absolutely, they let him through this one time. This team banned him all tournament. Never let anybody play him. And they were up. And they went and allowed him in the very last game, and Aladdin absolutely pooped on people. We were making signs like, let him out of the lamp! Take the genie out of the bottle! We were just like, and every time they would ban him, we boo! Finally, last game, it's a tie ball game. This is whoever went, or it was the game before that. But anyway, it was a huge momentum swing. But it was like, they finally let him happen, and then people were like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have let him out.
That's funny.
Genetics, the captain of that team, literally like snapped his keyboard. They had to pause the game because they had to get him a new setup because during the middle of the game he just broke his keyboard.
I mean, if they make that big of a mistake, from the sounds like.
Well, they let peer pressure and the crowd and the fandom get to him, and they did it because the crazy thing is, so first they did ban him, thinking that the other team would ban him, and the other team didn't ban him. And then they decided not to take him. They took Akate, who was their mid. And here's the reason why. A character just came out a few days ago. You're in a pro tournament. This is for $300,000. You are not going to risk a character that you don't know and understand, even no matter how good he is. Whereas on the other side, the jungler is like, I know how to play this guy. And he jumped in and pooped on him.
That's funny.
The place was wild, dude. I'm going to tell you the energy of we talked about going to the con one.
Yeah.
Possibly
someday.
It was in Vegas too. I was like, I can't do 2 trips to Vegas, guys. I can't.
I mean, you could.
No, I don't want to.
The best decision's not to. You only stayed for the weekend, I assume.
Yeah.
Well,
no, took off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah, but so 2 things to combat your awesome games and your Vegas trip. This fall, I'm actually going back to Vegas. So my buddy's wife wanted to plan a surprise trip for him and like a couple of his friends and all like couples and stuff. And a week later, I go see my buddy. What did we do? It was like a Friendsmas thing or something. And he goes, "So I hear we're going to Vegas." I was like, "What?" I was like, "She told you?" He goes, "Yeah, she's really bad at keeping secrets." So a week later, it's all known facts. So anyway, we're going to Vegas in September, I think.
Nice.
There's gonna be like the four like couples or whatever.
It's a couples trip.
Yeah, still gonna
couples
be
massages.
Nah, dude, hopefully not. I'm with you though. Like, if I never get another massage in my life, I won't be disappointed.
What is that? Are we okay just being tense?
Well, but the thing is like I feel more tense when I'm being like I'm
touched by a stranger.
Touched by a stranger, 1, and 2, you're at your most vulnerable when you're laying flat on your stomach naked while someone's grabbing you from behind or touching you.
I'd be like, I want clothes on. You do it with my clothes on. I don't need oils. Like, you know, elbow grease, maybe. You're taking baby steps. 25 years ago, I wouldn't even done this.
Right. Just meet in the middle. Meet in the middle right here. And then second, dude, Greek mythology has always been fascinating to me. It's super fun to like read, and it's actually kind of crazy how many vines stem from like Zeus and Hercules, like the well-known stuff with all the different like demigods and different different gods or titans, all that stuff. So because it's like they have a bunch of kids. Like if I remember one thing from like a mythology class is that gods love to have sex and make a lot of babies. Yes. And they don't care who or what they have sex with.
Yeah, well, that kind of makes sense.
So, anyways, because of that, like I want to do like a cruise through like ancient Greece.
Oh yeah.
Through like I saw there's one through like Vikings. We're not sponsored by Vikings cruise ships, just so everyone knows, but we could be.
I had some friends that just did that. One of the guys that I do Smite with, he just did a cruise tour of Greece.
Yeah, super cool. Like it hits like Crete and like Athens, Olympia, Rome, all all the different areas. Seems pretty cool, but it's like 11-day cruise.
Yeah.
So definitely not something you can just jump on. You got to plan it out.
Gotta be pretty planned out on that one.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the Temple of Artemis is still there, if I remember correctly. That one's still around.
Yeah.
So you could go check that one out. But I think a lot of the stuff fell during like the Christian Revolution that happened in that area.
Yeah, but there's still like the Pantheon and
the stories still exist. Stories are stories.
Yeah.
No, stories, words. You can't take them away, even if they weren't on a paper.
What's that term, by the way? I was also talking about this the other day. The term where if you say a word so many times, like back to back, it becomes like weird. Like if you say the word like cereal, you just keep saying the word. You're like, does that sound right? What's that? It's a term for it.
Yeah, no idea.
I'm gonna Google it.
You're gonna have to look it up. Ask ChatGPT. Yeah, dude, we gotta get you to come play some Smite. You could meet Ty. He could tell you about his trip to Greece, and then on top of that, you could, dude, like they write these huge lore backstories on every single character, and it's all tied together. Again, you have 140 characters. They have voodoo, so you have Baguette and you have Baron Samedi. These are ancient voodoo characters that existed. There's again Hawaiian. They have Maui and they have Pele. I don't think they have any other Polynesian characters, but same with voodoo. Like those are two of the newer pantheons, but then you get into like Chinese and Hindu and which Hindu is one that I find quite interesting because none of the other ones are religions that I would say anybody holds to anymore, except for Hinduism. Hinduism is literally an active religion of people, and they have characters in it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, if they put Jesus in the game, I'll probably be done. I'll probably be like, nope. Unless he has one ability and it just ends the game in victory for his team, like that's his only one ability, and that's what he casts, and the game's over, and you automatically win.
He would always be banned.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would be like, okay, at least they made this really fair.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Right. It's called semantic satiation.
Semantic satiation. I don't even
psychological
know that word.
A psychological phenomenon that occurs when a word or phrase is repeated so many times it loses its meaning. The word or phrase then sounds like meaningless. Meaningless sounds to the listener. God, there's a word for everything, isn't there?
There is.
That's crazy.
People
crazy how that happens.
I mean, think about the words that have been made around just people's names, like Darwinism.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Well, but it's just like the new like slang words that are making it in the dictionary, like selfie, and like.
That's actually a great point. Selfie would be a good word. That's just the evolution of language, right?
Right.
Yeah.
How taking a picture of yourself and selfie are the same thing. Just it's one word. Or a portrait, I guess, would be another piece, but that's different.
Do you know what they call? Do you know what they call a scientist for phonetics?
No.
A philologist. My wife's like, that's not a real word. I was like, yes, it is.
Google it.
Yeah.
What I think is crazy too. Like obviously, like that Nate. How was his last name? That comedian Nate Bargatze, when he had that SNL skit, the tool.
Yes.
Where they're like, we do not know. Like it's just like it is what it is. Like we're gonna have different words for when they're alive, those animals when they're alive and when they're dead. It'll be a cow and then beef, chicken, still chicken. It's like what does that even mean? It's just crazy.
I love to. Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna just say Key and Peele. No. Is it Key and Peele?
The two black guys.
That's from Nickelodeon, right? Or is that no? I want the Nickelodeon ones. Who are the ones in Nickelodeon? He's the black guy that's in that skit, and he's like, free for all men. He's like, no,
Kenan Thompson. You're talking about Kenan Thompson?
Is that what it is? Kenan Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, he's on there, and it's so funny because he's like, freedom for all black men. He's like, do you know I have a dream? And he's like, freedom for all men, and he's like, no, that will measure in inches instead of centimeters. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, he's like, you asked this, huh? And he's like, no, I did it.
Yeah.
My favorite is the second one when he's like, when they're like, what's the hot dog made out of? Nobody knows. Why?
Yeah.
Get out of the boat. What? No real American wants to know what a hot dog's made out of.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna go see him. My wife and I this summer.
Really?
I think
Where
it's
at?
June or July. Here in the city.
In the city? Nice.
Yeah.
It's just the English language, and it's the hardest language to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
We have words for everything.
That, and like, I see those like TikToks or Instagram reels, whatever you want to call it, where they're like talking about how like different words, like one, and you add bone, and it's like a completely different pronunciation of the word. And the guy's like, so what does this word mean? And he's like, bon? He goes, no, it's bone, idiot. It's like, what? Because everything is so different.
So
How
many
you
rules.
pronounce it? Yeah, so many rules.
I hated that. That's why I like math. 1 + 1 is always 2. There's no if then buts about it. Like when you time something, you multiply something. When you divide something, the system always works the same. There's no if this then that. Like there's combinations of equations.
Sure. I don't like math when it gets into like the calculus and like fluids.
Nobody fucking likes that.
Dude, some people love that, but it's like, yeah, you're supposed to get the right answer, but there's 7,000 steps to get to said answer. It's like, can't we just have a simple answer? Can't we just point A to point B? But we're just the average Midwesterners, man.
We're just dumb Midwestern kids. Yep. Well, that's okay. Yeah, no, I would say I like, math until that. Like if I was a sniper, which I wanted to be in the service, I would have probably gone down that path.
Right.
You know?
Because then you're talking wind direction, wind speed. Isn't it like humidity in the air too? Like there's just a lot of different variables if you're shooting outside of a mile, or I guess 6,000 yards, or
there's some
curvature of the earth.
No, it's the rotation of the earth, I think, is actually the effect.
Yeah.
Could be curvatures. There's wind 100%, and sometimes even multiple wind readings. You have to know what the wind is doing at different areas. This thing's going a long ways.
Right.
Think about the different paths wind can take in a mile.
Well, that, and then height.
I would say it's like a Coriolis. If you get it, I wonder if it's Coriolis effect. Yeah. Yeah, so
you can keep going. I'm I'm trying to see if there's a way to do this. All right, here we go. When shooting a sniper rifle over long distances, there are numerous factors to consider, including wind speed and direction, air density, temperature, humidity, bullet drop, target movement, mirage, angle of the target, barometric pressure, rifle zero, and even the Earth's rotation, aka Coriolis effect. Making it a complex calculation with many variables to account for. Essentially, almost any environmental factor can influence the bullet's trajectory significantly. Fun fact there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 variables potentially that you have to account for.
Yeah. I think great shooters can probably hit the next shot after they miss the first one.
Yeah.
The issue becomes what happens when you miss that first shot. I think the second shot gets a lot harder.
Right. Yeah. That's a good way to put it, I suppose.
But I would say great shooters that are also lucky will hit that first shot. And I think there's some of that to it. Like they can know a lot, but they can't know everything.
I think size
would be the issue.
I think size of the target matters as well.
Yeah. But those people do. They plan out their shots. If they have an opportunity that they're not going to know about, they try to plan that stuff out.
And we're obviously talking about real life here, right? A human body is decently sized. I mean, at that range, if you get hit anywhere in the mid body or lower abdomen or obviously head, like anything but the arm or the leg, you're probably not going to make it.
Yeah, but it depends on what you're firing.
Okay, true, but they ain't pulling a 22 rifle out there to shoot. Like it's a big rifle.
Yeah, it's got to be a certain. And what are we talking? A mile? Because a mile's far. Over a mile, I don't even think that's happened. I think it's like 1-3 was the farthest confirmed shot. Or
yeah,
look that stat up since you're on the Google.
Yeah.
What's the farthest confirmed shot? I'd be curious about that. I want to say it's probably like 1.3 miles. So
longest confirmed javelin missile hit. That's the second search on this one. I typed in longest confirmed, and it said sniper kill, javelin missile hit, sniper kill Ukraine, kill with a 308, confirmed sniper kill gun.
308.
Yeah, the kill gun. And then it just gets weird after that. But someone typed in longest confirmed sniper kill gun. So they really wanted to know what a sniper.
They wanted to know what the furthest shot was, yeah.
Longest confirmed kill was 3,800 meters, which was 2.36 miles. In 2023.
By the Reaper?
No, by Vyacheslav Volosky in 2023. He's a former businessman and soldier of the Ukraine Security Service.
That's probably made up. That's propaganda. What was the one before that?
Chris Kyle was 2,100 yards. Was what it says. I don't know if it's the second shot. Let's try this. Let's go.
That's 500 over a mile.
Top 5 longest sniper kills. Let's do that. How about that?
Yeah.
JTF2 sniper in May 2017 made a long distance kill. That doesn't. That's AI. Hold on. 2.2 miles. Name was withheld from Canada. A Regent sniper. Name withheld. Australia. April 12. 1.75 miles. Wow, this is really intense here. Ukrainian National Guard, 1.86 mile. Corporal of Horse, Craig Harrison. British Army, 1.5 miles. Corporal Rob Furlow, maybe, 1.5 miles. Aaron Perry, 1.4 miles. Brian Kremer, 1.4 miles. Chris Kyle is number 12 with a 338 at 1.19 miles.
1.19. That's what I'm saying. So that okay. Back to the main point though. 2 miles is a shot.
Yeah.
2 miles is like that's not real.
That's like 2 miles.
That's not. Yeah, but that's just not something that actually happens. I don't know. Like, dude, 1 mile is crazy.
Yeah.
Think about how much more all that comes into 2. I said great and lucky. Now I think you're just probably lucky.
Yeah, I think there has to be. So my other question too is if you fire at 2 miles, right? You fire the first shot at 2 miles, and it hits the dirt 5 meters left of the target, right?
Yeah.
That guy, you got time for a second shot at that far because at that point you're like the guy's probably like, what the fuck was that? Because you don't hear the shot. You don't hear the shot. You hear it hit the dirt. Or wherever you're at, right? The tree next to you. So I think you get 2 shots before like you just don't have a third, or the third one becomes extremely tough.
Yeah. That's tough to say. Maybe. How long of a travel time is that, you think?
I don't know.
6 seconds?
I bet you Google.
I bet you Google's got that too.
I bet you. How long does it take for a? I guess it also depends on the caliber. So hold on, let me do some math here. I'm not doing the math. Google is, but I'm gonna see what caliber. What's a HL Wildcat?
I'm going with 2,500 feet per second and take about 4 seconds. Because I think there's about 10,000 feet in 2 miles. It's over that.
A HL sniper.
I think it's almost 10,500. But 52. Hey, is it 5,280 feet in a mile?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what it would be. At a 2,500 foot per second. If you're shooting 3,000, which some rifles would, then you're gonna have more. It's gonna get there quicker. So you'd be able to see and you'd be able to make a shot. But again, it's gonna take 3 seconds before it gets there. And are they gonna be in that same spot now? Because there could be some level of distress. Dude, have you ever heard a bullet go by you?
Yes. Not like anywhere close.
It makes that
like, yeah.
Like, it makes a very interesting sound.
So it says 10 to 15 seconds to travel 2 miles, depending on the cartridge or the muzzle velocity, is what it says. 10 to 15 seconds. So fire range approximately 120 meters per second to 370 meters per second. So we'll meet in the middle and say 250 meters per second, right?
Yeah. Look up using a 408 cartridge. So you're using a 408 cartridge. It's one of the most supreme ballistic cartridges that exists, and it's probably what you'd use to take the shot.
It takes 1.5 seconds for the bullet to get the muzzle and the target at 800 yards.
800 yards?
Well, it's not. It doesn't give me a like. This is where it gets muddy when you start digging into actual stuff here. Hold on. I don't know. I think it's pretty quick. I think it's 10 seconds. I'd say 10 to 15 seconds is probably a good guesstimate, because then you're looking at
the ball's slowing down too, right? That's the other thing. You can't just
there's wind involved or the humidity level,
like flying around.
Yeah, it's. I think, but still, like 10 seconds is a long time. When people think about it, 10 seconds is a long time. Like if you and I were to sit here for 10 seconds in silence, that's a decent amount of time.
I think we've been doing that.
Not sitting.
You might want to cut some of that.
Dude, you have to talk amongst yourself while I'm Googling.
I know. I know.
I'm a very
track of what the heck we were talking about. This thing's taking some. Matter of fact, we should put a bullet in this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we got a little off topic, but it was good to see you again, Derek. So until next time.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Jared. And this is 2 Peas and a Pod.